Napoleon Bonaparte, conqueror of Europe, military genius, and terrified of a tiny kitten. That's the story, but is it actually true? History books often list him as having ailurophobia, an extreme irrational fear of cats. People say he'd turn pale just seeing one. One famous legend says an aide found Napoleon in his tent, sweating and swinging his sword at the air because a stray cat wandered in. It makes for a great TikTok story, right? A man who fought empires but lost to a ball of fluff. But here's the reality. There is zero proof. Historians have combed through thousands of letters, diaries, and eyewitness accounts from his time. Guess how many mention a fear of cats? None. Napoleon's own valet, the man who dressed him every single day, never once mentioned the emperor jumping on a chair because of a cat. So where did this rumor come from? It's a classic case of historical telephone. People likely confused him with other famous leaders. Dictators like Mussolini and Hitler actually did have a documented phobia of cats. Over time, people just added Napoleon to the Scared of Cats club. British and Russian propaganda also loved to make Napoleon look weak. What's more embarrassing for a general than being afraid of a pet? However, Napoleon did have a problem with a different kind of animal, and this one involves his wife, Josephine. Josephine had a favorite pug named Fortune, and let's just say Fortune was extremely protective of his owner. On Napoleon and Josephine's wedding night, Napoleon tried to get into bed, but Fortune wasn't having it. The dog bit him. Napoleon famously complained. The dog was in possession of the lady's bed. I wanted to make him leave, but it was useless. He even had a scar on his leg from that pug for the rest of his life. So, he didn't fear cats, he just hated his wife's dog. As for cats, he was actually filmed well described in journals as being completely indifferent to them. He just didn't care. In fact, during his exile on the island of St. Helena, a famous story says he befriended a local goat. Still no cats, though. The cat fear myth is a great example of how history gets rewritten to make famous figures seem more quirky or relatable. We want our heroes to have weird flaws. It makes the man who conquered the world feel a little more like us. So, verdict. Napoleon was a dog hater, a brilliant general, and a lover of Josephine, but he definitely wasn't afraid of cats. Don't believe everything you read. Which historical fact should we bust next? Let me know and follow for more.